The Battle of Zhizhi was fought in 36 BC between the Han Dynasty and the Xiongnu chieftain Zhizhi Chanyu. Gigi was defeated and killed. The battle was probably fought near Taraz on the Talas River in eastern Kazakhstan, which makes it one of the westernmost points reached by a Chinese army. The better-known Battle of Talas in AD 751 was fought in the same area. Background: in 56 BC, Gigi revolted against his brother. As his brother grew more powerful, Gigi retreated westward. About 44 BC, he made a close alliance with Xiongnu near Lake Balkhash. Later he quarreled with the Xiongnu, killed several hundred of them and forced them to build him a fortress. The fort required 500 men and 2 years to build. It was probably located near Taraz. Battle, assembly and march of Han forces at approximately 36 BC. The governor of the western regions was Gan Yanshao. His deputy commander, Chen Tang, claimed that Gigi was planning to build up a great empire and proposed a preemptive attack. Gan Yanshao objected, but he soon fell ill, and while he was incapacitated, Chen Tang forged an edict in Yanshao's name and mobilized the army. Gan Yanshao was forced to yield. All this was done without the emperor's permission. An army of 40,000 Han and Hu troops assembled. It marched west on both sides of the Tarim Basin, reunited near Kashgar and moved across Xiongnu territory, reaching the western shore of Lake Balkhash. At this point, a party of several thousand Xiongnu cavalrymen, returning from a raid on Wusun, stumbled onto the rear of the Chinese army, attacked it, and made off with a large quantity of food and weapons. Chen Tang sent his Hu troops back and defeated the Xiongnu, killing 460 of them and freeing 470 Wusun captives. Battle at Gigi's fortress. Several Xiongnu nobles defected to the Chinese and provided information and guides. The Chinese encamped about 30 li from Gigi's fortress and the two sides exchanged rather hypocritical messages. They then moved to within 3 li of Gigi and fortified themselves. The Xiongnu sent out several hundred cavalry and infantry, but they were driven back into the fort. The Chinese followed and attacked the fort and managed to burn part of the wall. That night several hundred Xiongnu horsemen tried to escape, but all were killed. Gigi himself thought of escape but decided to remain because he knew that he had too many enemies in the surrounding country. Fighting continued. Gigi's queen and concubines shot arrows from the ramparts. Gigi was wounded in the nose by an arrow. Shortly after midnight the outer walls were breached and the Xiongnu retreated to the inner citadel. At this point several thousand Xiongnu horsemen appeared and attacked the Chinese in the darkness but were unable to accomplish anything. When dawn broke, parts of the inner citadel were on fire. The Chinese piled dirt on the citadel walls and clambered into the citadel. Gigi and 100 or so warriors retreated into the palace. The palace was set on fire and attacked from all directions, and Gigi was mortally wounded. Aftermath: 1,518 Xiongnu died, including the crown prince and Gigi's wives. 145 were captured and well over 1,000 surrendered. The soldiers were allowed to keep their booty and the surrendered Xiongnu were distributed to the 15 kingdoms that participated in the battle. The following spring, Gan Yanshao and Chen Tang arrived at Chang'an and presented Emperor Yuan of Han with Gigi's severed head. It was displayed on the city wall for 10 days and then buried. Gigi was the only Xiongnu Chanyu killed by the Chinese. Controversies. A hypothesis by the sinologist Homer H. Dubs, according to which Roman legionaries clashed with Han troops during the battle and were resettled afterwards in a Chinese village named Liqian, has been rejected by modern historians and geneticists on the grounds of a critical appraisal of the ancient sources and recent DNA testings of the village people. However, this hypothesis has been supported by prominent scholars like Lev Gumilev. A new hypothesis from 2011 by Dr. Christopher Anthony Matthew from the Australian Catholic University suggests that these strange warriors were no Roman legionaries, but maybe descendants of Alexander the Great's army.